I love this film. I really like this film a lot. I guess because it's about, some films are earnest and don't work.
Right.
And some films are earnest and mean a lot and do work. And they make so much more of an impact. And first of all, I wanted to ask you about working on this film. Had you ever been around football so much in your whole life?
No. I have never been to a football game. At least
What?
not that I have never. I'm sorry. I know nothing about football. I had to go around and ask people like what would be appropriate to say in this scene. I was just, none of us knew how to play football except for like Will and Denzel and
He's an
some
athlete.
of the football players.
Was working on this movie what you thought it would be like? Did you go in thinking, well, it'll be like this, but it was different, or was it the same?
Well,
It's never quite what you expected.
It's never really what you expect of it, because you don't know what they've edited, what they put in, and you don't know what really anybody else's scenes look like. So you really don't know what the whole finished product's gonna be. You just assuming what it's gonna look like, but that's only the parts that you're in. But when you put everybody else's parts together, and the stuff that's edited and the stuff that's added in, you really don't know what it's gonna look like.
But now you know all about football. You can watch it and you know now, don't you?
A
little bit.
I know where the ball is.
That's more than half the people watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting in there having coffee with the man you play.
Oh, yeah.
And it's interesting because he's really grateful. He's grateful that the film works, that it's a good film and that it's accurate. But there's a responsibility when the person you're playing is living and having coffee in the next room. Do you feel that responsibility?
I always felt responsible to him, from the very beginning. I think that his behavior under the circumstances and how he dealt with it was always really, really dignified and really, really brave. And I wanted to make sure that came across, that, there were elements, I think, in the beginning that might have portrayed him a little more like a bigot than he actually was. And it wasn't true, and I felt it was necessary that was not played up too much, because it's more important to take care of somebody like that than to play up the sensation of something, I think.
Yeah, you're in a movie where not only do the players have to integrate, but the coaches have to, and the families have to. And movies rarely cover that much ground.
Right.
It's really great.
It is, yeah. It's funny how all those things can fit together in a movie about football. Yeah.
Isn't that true? Good sports films are not necessarily about the sport?
Yeah, I guess so. And we were talking about that before. It was kind of good that some people didn't know about football, because
you can go see it. You can like it or you cannot like it, and you can like football and you cannot like football. It doesn't really matter. And what is really probably most concerns for the director and the producer is that when you look at the thing, if you haven't seen it, you would just assume that it's about football, but it's really not. And also what I want to say is when you were talking about Yost, actually the character that I play, Cheryl, she died at 35 of heart failure. And when we heard that, we were just like shocked. Me and my mom were sitting there going,
yeah, isn't that amazing?
Really sad.
In real life, do you think he'd be a good dad?
Yeah.
Think so? You think he'd be a good coach?
Oh, you're not sure?
Yeah.
You don't think I'd be a good coach?
Of course. Will's good at everything.
Isn't that funny how that works? I want to ask you both a question about acting and how you feel about it on the inside. But if you take away income and publicity and notoriety about all this that surrounds what you do, and really it just gets down to the moment of doing it, what do you really love about acting?
Working
You want to
with
answer
everybody.
first? You like it?
Working with everybody and playing all the different characters. I think that's just really fun.
Yeah. For me, I probably wouldn't have much of a social life if I didn't act. But it was also a way that I learned to communicate at a very young age, and you know, not to put a lot of weight on it, but it was my only means of communication that I learned at a pretty young age, and it sort of chose me, and it's the only way I feel sometimes connected to the world is through my work, you know.
Were you shy?
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea that you probably were.
Yeah, so it became my way of dealing with the world, you know. I'm sure many people have that kind of experience with it, maybe.
Do you find acting as fulfilling now as when you started?
As long as I can do stage every once in a while, I do. Movies, I like making movies. I really like it, but I need that stage thing every once in a while, just for that I'm not so passive in the result of the whole thing, if that makes sense. That I control the end result a little better. Yeah. Yeah.
You're the Sam Shepard guy. You've been doing that Sam Shepard stuff.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Do you go to the movies much?
I love going to the movies.
Best movie you've seen all year. What's the best film you've seen there, other than this one?
Well, I really liked What Lies Beneath.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
You didn't like that?
No, I didn't say that.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I really haven't seen as many movies this year as I did last year.
As you normally would. Yeah, that's because you're working all the time. Hey, thanks. That was fun. Good chat.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Me too. Thanks.
Thanks, Hayden.